Thanks for having me. Spent my background and my career working in the pharmaceutical industry the last 26 years, really with a focus on reimbursement and coverage, and turned that into my own agency where we helped launch and commercialize hundreds of different medications. And one of the biggest challenges that we faced while helping manufacturing partners do that was the restrictions that the PBMs and health plans would often put on new to market medications. Oftentimes, this forced the manufacturer to really be the single payer of their own drugs. So what we were able to do was really create novel approaches to help manufacturers not just overcome the issue, but to create affordable access for the patients to be able to get the medications while using their insurance, often making that the best route for them to be able to get access to the drugs and for the providers to be able to prescribe them with minimal restrictions. The mission of Peak is pretty simple. It's that we want healthcare to be transparent, accessible, and affordable. We know that this market has had many secret prices and many misunderstood prices for too long. And it's really time to bring something clear and transparent to patients and employers alike. And our hope is that this will translate into significant cost savings while still being able to get them the medications that their doctors prescribe. I think what makes us different and unique is that Peak integrates members' insurance, so the specific insurance for the member, but it also aggregates a multitude of different cash cards that are in the market today. I'm sure you've heard of GoodRx and you've heard of others. It's very confusing to the patients to understand, what should I use? Those companies are also in it for themselves. They have a cash card offering, and it's a great service. It's changed the market tremendously. But when you only have one to choose from, you don't really know if you're getting the best price. So what Peak does specifically is it integrates national card partners and aggregates the members' insurance, really creating a not just a single member experience for themselves, but also a spot where they don't have to go to multiple different sites to see if they're getting the best price. So we believe that because of the differentiation of our technology, it's sort of like the Travelocity or Priceline of the pharmaceutical world, where we're giving patients something different and unique and not having to jump to different sites to see if they're getting the best price. So why we're different is because we aren't beholden to one single company. We're software, and that software works to the advantage of the member. Yeah, absolutely. We have very exciting partners because, again, the partners we have, while they're singularly focused, are also creating the same mission around creating transparency and affordability. So in our opinion, in order to be well-rounded, it's important for us to work with national partners. So, for example, our first two national partners are Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug and Single Care. And what makes them unique is that, for example, Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug is primarily focused on generics and mail order, while Single Care provides generics, brands, and a pharmacy network that if a patient wants to fill a prescription at a pharmacy versus a mail order, they can go to a pharmacy in their local geography. And on the insurance side, we've been working with some large groups. So, for example, if you're an employer and you have a PBM that you work with, and that PBM is part of your self-funding experience, and they're the ones who are involved in providing the insurance benefit for you, we are working with them to integrate that member's information so that when you do come on Peak, that a member who might be part of a large PBM can simply integrate with Peak and get the insurance pricing information instantaneously. So that's where we're working with PBM and insurance partners as well. This is a long road, right? The market's been so fragmented for years. So it's going to be a bit of a long road, but here's how we see the next steps. One is introducing our app and our concept into the market. So what we're excited is on December 4th, we'll be announcing and launching access to our Peak app. From there, we're working now with several pilot partners with small and large employers to overlay Peak into their existing benefit package. So as you may or may not know, or the audience may or may not know, often new benefits are starting right now and into January 1st, 2024. And so what Peak will do is allow you to make your benefit work better for you, right? Because you can overlay Peak with what you currently have and provide a better experience. So beginning in the first quarter, we're going to be raising funds to continue to grow the business case, working with distribution partners to get more employers on board, to report out the cost savings that we will see as a member uses Peak, and basically best understand how the customer will use it. As we do that, we'll improve the technology as any other technology company does, but focus mainly on getting the launch out there and getting people using it. Yeah. So again, thank you for having me and putting this information out there. The main thing is we all know that healthcare can be affordable and accessible, but really it can't be that without information. C-suite executives have heavily relied on just their brokers to achieve cost savings in healthcare. But really, the existing marketplace has too many hands in the cookie jar, if you will. So really, what we want to be able to do is, as part of our service, is to make sure that when we do work with a client, we can actually view their historical claims. We could provide them with a view of what they could save if they use a platform like Peak. And really what we've seen in the existing pilots that we have is anywhere between a 20% and 100% cost savings on medication. And what we mean by that is if you have insurance that has, let's say, a $0 copay for a particular class of medicines, well, that's zero cost. And sometimes people are paying for things they don't need to be paying for. Conversely, if someone is using one of the cash card partners, the discount card partners that we've seen, they can actually save money off benefit and not have to use any of their benefits and save a significant amount of money by just going through the cash card partners. We did this recently with a group that had over $23 million in annual pharmacy spend. And by using Peak, the assumptions by using Peak, the member and the employer would save almost $2.5 million in overall out-of-pocket spends on their pharmacy. So we see this as a game-changing technology, very simple and easy to use, does not compete with insurance or PBMs. It is simply there to make it more effective for you. So we're excited and looking forward to 2024.